My dad locked my 6-year-old son in the basement for 3 hours just because he broke my dad's whiskey bottle. When I finally rescued my son, he looked at me and said, "I broke the bottle on purpose." What he said next completely shocked me. I'm Leon, 34, software engineer. My son Arthur is 6. That Saturday started with my wife Lauren refusing to visit my parents. Her wedding ring was missing. "I have a meeting. You take Arthur," she said, avoiding my eyes. I chose silence. Took Arthur and drove to my parents' house. Arthur has been terrified of the dark since an elevator got stuck when he was 4. 15 minutes in complete darkness. Now he can't sleep without a nightlight. We arrived at 10 a.m. My dad Richard sat in his armchair, nearly empty whiskey bottle beside him. My mom Dorothy was bedridden with MS. Arthur ran to his grandfather. "Grandpa, I missed you!" Richard barely glanced at him, grunted, and turned back to the TV. I left Arthur with Mom. She lit up seeing her grandson, started telling him stories. 20 minutes later, my friend Tyler called. "Leon, I just saw Lauren at a cafe downtown. She was kissing someone. I'm sorry. The missing ring. The Saturday meeting. Everything clicked. I couldn't take Arthur with me to confront her, so I left him with my parents. Biggest mistake of my life. I drove back like a zombie. The cafe was empty. I called Lauren. 'Where are you?' She sighed. 'You know, don't you?' Tyler sent a photo. 'This has been going on 6 months. I want a divorce.' 'What about Arthur?' 'You keep him. I never really wanted to be a mom.' She hung up. 8 years ended in 2 minutes. By the time I drove back to my parents' house, it was dark. The house was silent. Whiskey stains spread across the living room floor. Broken glass everywhere. The $1,500 Macallan bottle shattered. Richard sat drunk in his armchair. Arthur was nowhere. I ran to Mom's room. The door was locked from outside with a chair wedged under the handle. Mom's voice came from inside, hoarse. "Leon, find Arthur. I don't know what your dad did." I ran to Richard. "Where's Arthur?" He pointed at the broken glass. "That brat broke my 30-year Macallan. Where is my son?" Richard smiled. "Where you used to be." The basement. Memories flooded back. 5 years old, locked in darkness for spilling milk. 7 years old, 4 hours alone for forgetting homework. I thought I'd escaped that basement, but Richard just dragged my son into the same nightmare. I kicked the door. Once, twice. Third time, it burst open. Thick darkness rushed out. Musty smell. "Arthur, where are you?" A choked sob from the farthest corner. I turned on my phone flashlight. Arthur sat huddled there, knees to chest, face streaked with tears, lips blue, body shaking. His eyes were wide with horror. I dropped to my knees. "I'm here, buddy. You're safe." He clung to my neck, body shaking, tears soaking my shirt. "I was so scared, Dad. I called for you. It was so dark." I carried him upstairs. Richard was still sitting there. "Did I give you permission to take him out yet?" I set Arthur on the sofa. "Stay here. Cover your ears." I turned to Richard. For 34 years, I'd stayed silent. "You locked up a child over a bottle of alcohol." Richard stood. "How dare you? In my house." I think about how many times Mom cried alone, how many bruises she covered, how many nights I lay in darkness wondering what I'd done wrong. "I raised you. You owe me. I don't owe you anything. You gave me fear and nightmares." Then Arthur's voice spoke from behind. "Dad, I'm sorry." I knelt beside him. "You have nothing to apologize for." Arthur looked up, tears streaming. "But I broke that bottle on purpose." The room froze. Arthur took a deep breath. The times before I heard Grandma crying. She said every time he finished a bottle, he'd break things and yell. He'd hurt her. My heart squeezed. I saw the bottle was almost empty. I thought if I spilled the alcohol, he wouldn't get drunk. He wouldn't hit Grandma. He sobbed. "I just wanted to protect Grandma." I wrapped my arms around him. "You're the bravest kid I've ever known." I looked at Richard. "My son faced his worst fear to protect someone you've been tormenting for years. You don't deserve to be called Grandpa." I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. Police arrived with Child Protective Services. Richard was charged with child abuse and domestic violence, sentenced to 4 years in prison. I brought Mom to my apartment, hired a caregiver. My divorce with Lauren took 2 months. She promised Arthur she'd visit. She never came back. 6 months later, Mom passed away peacefully while reading to Arthur. Today, Arthur is 7. We visit Grandma's grave every month. We don't talk about that basement anymore. Some wounds need to be left alone to heal.